anything after hours.
All right.
All right,
Dale,
let's be
Dale,
serious.
talk about the O-line. Kind of give us an assessment of how it's coming together. I know you've had some attrition.
Yeah, we
as you juggle
we
things
are
around.
correct. We've had some attrition. A couple guys got hurt, but they'll be back. So, but the kids are coming together, and there's a couple older kids, guys that have played. So they have looked good. So we're happy with that. We just got to find, the depth here at Purdue, and that's what we're striving to get is working all the guys, make sure we've got depth for the season because it's a long season.
I mean, has it helped with the versatility of some of these guys to be able to plug them into different spots?
That has helped here since we've been doing that. So, like I always tell them, the more positions you can play, the more marketable you are, the more spots, then you get on the field. And the big catchphrase that we use is, I'll prepare, my chance will come. So each one of these kids have to prepare, and they're going to get their chance. Everybody out there is going to get their chance.
Greg Long, just what's it mean to have him back as an anchor for that 6th year?
Oh, it's great. I mean, he wanted to come back, and Greg's doing very well. And you like Greg's demeanor, and he comes off the ball, he's playing hard, he enjoys, he's got a smile on his face. So having Greg there is great.
When you look back at the year that he had, I think people were pretty impressed how he played in those 6 games for you guys. What stood out to you as far as how he handled himself last year?
Well, he came in the summertime, so he had to learn the offense very quick. And so, he says, well, we called it like this, we called it like that. It was a lot of the same stuff, but he just had to get the words flipped in his head from where he was at before to the new terminology. But, when you bring in an older guy, you bring an older guy in because you expect him to play, and we expected him to start, and he has the athletic ability. So that's why Greg was here, and he did a very, very good job here. And now, obviously, with the extra year, we expect even bigger things from him.
What has Tyler Witt meant to your group?
An older kid who understands the speed of the game, and he wanted to be here. He's from Joliet, Illinois, and he wanted to play Big Ten football. So having Tyler, he's just an older kid that understands the speed, and so thankful we have him here because he's going to play a lot of football for us. So, and he's older and a little more mature. He talks to the freshmen here. He's got along great with everybody. He's fitting great.
Just Cam Craig, as he come back, I mean, I know he's kind of limited right now, but when he was healthy, what were you seeing out of him? Was it the Cam Craig that you saw before the injury last year?
Yeah. Cam Craig is another guy that has played. He's been here. He played one game in 19, played a lot of reps. Supposed to be a starter in 2020, gets hurt. So unfortunately, Cam has played, but he's gotten hurt. But yeah, we were expecting Cam to be a player. Cam Craig has got to come back out when he's ready to go and be a player for us.
Do you anticipate this from an injury standpoint, getting most of your guys back over the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, yes. We anticipate getting them all back. It's just little things here in camp that they've gotten over the last week, and they need to heal themselves up in the training room. But we expect them all back out here.
Gus Hartwig starts as a true freshman at guard last year. Now he's snapping the ball. Just discuss maybe Gus's development as he goes into year 2 and playing a new position as well.
Well, we recruited Gus as a center, and then things happened last year. He gets some injuries. He's the next best one. He goes out there. Now he knows the speed of the game, which is the important part. He understood, wow, these guys are stronger, and then he understands, hey, when I go against somebody that's stronger, I still have to use my technique. I just can't freeze up, freak out, and start making stuff up because, wow, this guy's stronger than me. So obviously, he now has a lot of experience. He has game reps, and that's what you need as an offensive lineman. That's what I tell him all the time. It's the speed of the game. There's a speed in practice, then we got speed in the scrimmage, then we got speed in the game. So everything happens a lot faster. And for Gus, he understands that, and he's a smart kid, and he wanted to get out there last year, and he took it upon himself. He enrolled early. He said, hey, I'm going to enroll early because I want to play. He understood what it took. He studied the playbook, and he just said, I want to go play. And we put him out there, and he played. And now we're expecting him to be an anchor and understand how to make the calls, what people are trying to do, because he's got a little bit more football smarts. And that's what we keep talking about, being a smart football player, which he is.
A lot of emphasis on the running game in the offseason and improving that. What strides do you think your group has made in upping that production?
Well, number one, they're getting older kids, so they understand the calls, where the defense is going, how they're lining up. So we have emphasized that, and the kids are doing the best they can with it, and understand that, hey, you have to be successful here in the Big Ten. We got to run the football. I mean, we're not going to drop back and throw it 80 times a game. We do have to have a running game. And when Coach Brown calls a play, the kids have got to be able to run the football. So they have emphasized it, and we've talked about that repeatedly, and we're doing drills for it like we've always done. I mean, the drills haven't changed. We're still trying to do the same stuff of running the football and getting the kids to come off the ball. So, yes.
When are you getting a tattoo from Tyler Webb?
Number one, never. Now that I'm, if I was their age, yeah, I was out the door when I was their age getting a tattoo. I definitely was. Okay, it was going to be 2 guns with roses right through like that. Okay, right here on the back of right there on the back of my calf. Okay, can you believe that, Rector?
I do.
Can you believe that? I was out the door. I was out the door to get it. Then my Sicilian mother looks at me, and she goes, "What do you think that's going to look like when you're 40 years old?" And then I said, you know what the hell, I ain't doing this. I said, I didn't do it. But yeah, and then my father would have been pissed at me too. So between my mother and my father, I definitely got my ass in trouble there, okay? I definitely would have. But at 22, they weren't going to stop me. The old man had one way of stopping me, but that was certain way he was going to stop me. But no, I was going to, I would have had one, but I didn't do it.
What would
Common sense.
What would your mother say now if you got one?
Well, number one, she knows I wouldn't do it now. And my father knows I wouldn't do it now. Now I'm 50 years old, I wouldn't do it. I mean, I got enough common sense not to do it at 50. Trust me. If I wasn't going to do it didn't do it at 21 or 22, I was going to do it at 50. I mean, look, people say, oh, how you living? I go, I lived great I lived in a nice place when I was a kid. I didn't live in some cheap place. I mean, now that I'm 50 years old, I still live in a good place. I mean, some things never change with me, okay? I have certain standards that I live up to, okay? There are certain standards that are non-negotiable. Like, well, I'm gonna live in a nice place. I'm not living in trash, okay? Certain cars, I gotta drive certain cars. It's just the way I am. As I tell people, they go, look at you, and I go, if you don't like the way I am, blame my mother and my father. That's the problem with me.